Guys, welcome back to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel. We're live on multiple platforms. We're live on TikTok. We see you guys. If you're wondering where I'm looking at, I am looking forward in the camera on the Kempire Daily YouTube channel, but I'm also live on the Kempire and Kempire Daily on Facebook, so you can actually see me there as well, if Facebook's where you prefer. We're also live on Twitch and Twitter at the Kempire. Guys, if you're not following me on Twitter, why aren't you? I have random thoughts and conversations on there. Be sure to follow us there. I know today is not our normal day for doing Love and Marriage DC, but it's not a normal weekend. It's not a normal weekend. It's Memorial Day weekend, the beginning of the summer, but it's also a time, and thank you to Kara from our last live reminding us what Memorial Day weekend is. It's for our slain soldiers that have been fighting for our freedoms, but have passed because of fighting for our freedom. So we salute all of them. Also, isn't it Fleet Week here in New York? Look, all right, I always bring it back to that. Wow. Always bring it back to that. But yeah, we are doing our Love and Marriage DC recap. If you missed our Love and Marriage Huntsville recap, then you missed us talking about the whole situation that went down on social media yesterday and a recap of the episode that I felt was kind of like, Yeah, new sound effects, including this one. Remember someone called in or someone said in the chat that they wanted me to get that? And someone thought I wasn't going to do it, but I wrote it down and I remembered. Guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm your boy, TheKempire. But understand, when you subscribe to the channel, you're not just getting reality TV recaps or reality TV news. It's everything in pop culture. So be sure to check out some of the things that you missed this week. And be sure to check out the Kempire Radio podcast. A new episode came out last night. And don't forget, a visual version of that episode will be available on the Kempire Radio YouTube channel. So if you haven't followed there, the road to 10,000 subscribers, help us get to it if you haven't already. All right. Shout out to everyone that's already in the live chat, our Team Kempire Royal Court members, our moderators. Don't forget to show love to the moderators, everyone. We appreciate you. Let me see something. DMV, Fleet Week is when the military comes to New York to celebrate and have a good time. Oh, DMV, you're letting them know what it is? I know people are like, what's Fleet Week? Oh, I guess it's just a New York thing. Sometimes you see some of the most beautiful people. Just, I haven't seen anyone, though, this week. I had to get out my house today and go find me a sailor. We'll go find me a sailor. I want to have a Sex and the City moment like Samantha, though. And if you watch Sex and the City, then you know what I'm talking about. Anyways, let me focus because like last week, and I saw that Ashley tagged me in her Instagram story, Ashley from Love and Marriage DC. I didn't get to see what she posted. I'm sure it was me saying how much I love her on the show. And I have to say, I love her and DJ Funside. I love them both. You know why? I feel like they're being their authentic selves. Anyone else? I feel like Ashley and DJ Quick are being their authentic selves on this show. They're going to open up about their infidelities on both sides. I like Ashley's commentary. At one point, she says, I was a Girl Scout for like a hot second because she doesn't get along well with, she doesn't work well with people. Ashley is everything to me. Mocha says, go to the West Side Highway. I might have to, Mocha. Exactly, Julie. Julie says the Sex and the City episode, Fleetwood, was great. I might have to rewatch it at some point. Andy says, you shady. Are you new here, Andy? All right, let me focus because I don't want to start thinking about sailors and then, we're going to go on a tangent. But we do tangents if you're new to the channel. But this episode starts off with of course, Winter and Ashley going at it at Monique's vegan dinner. And we'll talk about Monique again this week. And oh God, this is not a good look for Monique, I feel. Right? Drama. When she says hashtag aggressive Ashley, I said, oh goodness, this girl is such great TV. Exactly. When she said everyone is not your friend, and I'm tired. Look, we've talked about this before. People always saying, oh, this is your friend. I'm like, I don't call people a friend very easily. So I really agreed with Ashley, but we'll get to that scene in a second. But we will jump around. We love to jump around. So the conversation is really started because Chris Samuels brings up the fact that he saw Kevin and he fell for Kevin because Kevin was crying at the table. Kevin is a great, still have not changed the label of this. I just still label this scammer. Winter's, at the time, soon to be ex-husband, Kevin. She didn't know he lived in his mama's basement. She knew he lived in a basement. She didn't know she lived in his mama's basement. She's divorcing him because she feels as if he lied to her. But apparently he lied to a lot of people, including his place of employment, because they pretty much were suing him for financial crimes, allegedly. I'll say, I don't know. But Ashley points out the thing. She's like, well, you sit there and you say that you are a relationship specialist and you really don't have a success rate in relationships. It was really DJ Quick. DJ Quick is the one who brought it, like, you call yourself a specialist, but you are going through all the things that you've gone through. But some people might agree with Winter. Well, you become a specialist from going through the ups and downs of relationships. But let's be real. Would you go to Winter for relationship advice? I wouldn't. Oh wait. Oh my goodness, Miss Nikki, thank you for the reminder, so I can just go straight there. Real quick, Kempire, that was season 5, episode 1 of Sex and the City Fleet Week episode. Yes, I'm a huge yes. The fact that you even knew the season and the episode, you are a true fan, because I didn't even remember the season or the episode. Yeah, I'll have to go watch that later. Anyways, back to this. But see, Theo says I wouldn't go to Winter for fashion advice either. We are talking about her relationship advice. Libra says, no, I wouldn't go to her. I mean, especially because of all the things that she's gone through. I can see where she's coming from when she's talking to Ashley. And she's like, well, do you decide on someone's success rate based off of their relationships? And Ashley's like, yeah, that's what success is, right? But I get where Winter's coming from. You have to go through things in order to really have a full knowledge. And that's the whole part of dating. So I know a lot of you can probably look back on some of the past relationships that you've been in and be like, you know what? I'm grateful for that relationship because it really allowed me to know the things that I want, the things that I don't want. But she's literally in the middle of a divorce in her second situation, and she's calling herself a relationship specialist. And I'm like, I don't know. Ellen, thank you so. Oh, damn. Sorry, Ellen. Ellen, thank you so much for the super chat. Ellen says, who's going to Winter, period? Look at that hair. I keep saying that Cassie did it better. Remember when Cassie did that and then all the girls were trying to redo it? But Cassie still did it better. She didn't go so far over here. I feel like Winter went too far. Like she should have sort of kept it like right around here. And that Cassie made that really cute. But that was like 10, 15 years ago. I don't know. But maybe she was going through things. Or just cut it all off. Look, cut it all off. Oh, it's 11/11, Latavia, in California, right? It is 11/11. Lucky day. All right. So they start talking, Monique and her forever trying to make a game of things. It's also reality TV, so that's part of the reason why they do these things. But this seems as if something Monique would do even if the cameras weren't rolling. Let's play a game. Let's talk about our relationships. Okay, Monique. So the game gets turned into celebrity crushes, and this is another reason why I love Ashley. I agree with Ashley. John Stamos, aka Uncle Jesse, he could still get it. That man has aged like fine wine. He don't have the mayonnaise curse. Uncle Jesse? Honestly, I wasn't even a fan of Uncle Jesse back when he was on Full House, but John Stamos of today? Come on now. Come on. Just saying. Oh. Could get it. Could get it. Lovely Mo, you're not late. You're not late. You're not late. We just started. We've only been talking for like the last 11 minutes. This is our Love and Marriage DC recap, guys. You will have an opportunity to call in, like the video. It's an easy and free way of supporting our channel, but supporting other channels that recap the show, reality TV, pop culture news. Matter of fact, let me put the call in backstage link on the Kempire Daily YouTube community tab for our Royal Court members first, because that's just it's not part of the perks, but we add all of that. What's going on, Nora? What's going on, S Royalty Douglas? Says this is her first live. See, this is why I like playing around with when we go live, because sometimes people that haven't been able to be here for a part of our lives don't get a chance, and then they get a chance. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me just post this back here so you guys will have that. Royal Court members, I posted it back there. I'll be taking callers in just a second. All right, back to Love and Marriage DC. So they're playing this game. I agree with Ashley about John Stamos, but this also leads to more back and forth between Winter and Ashley, which I'm here for. I'm actually here for it, because I was like, okay, if they didn't have it, I don't know what the season so far would be like. But like I said to you before, I feel like Ashley and DJ Quick are really showing up as their authentic selves, and they're using this platform in the right way, especially DJ Quick so far. This week, we're talking about his DJ Academy. He's like, I'm going to get my businesses out here. And I feel like they're going to talk about their infidelity situation early in the season. Erana and Jamie, I'm still looking at y'all like y'all are playing this up for TV. Word on the street, Jamie's going to retire from the police department soon, or if he hasn't retired already. So maybe that's part of the reason why he doesn't mention his whole situation. I still don't believe them. At one point, when Jamie and his sons were at the boxing place, and of course, DJ Quick comes with his son, DJ Quick Silva, because I know there's a DJ Quick son that got arrested over the weekend. Just saying. Two different ones. At one point, little Jamie the fourth, looks at it. His dad is like, I just wanted you to do, to do better, and I don't want you to end up in a bad situation. But take a look at little Jamie's face. I don't know if you guys paid attention to little Jamie's face, because in little Jamie's face, all I saw was you talking all kinds of BS because these cameras are here. You are talking ish. Oh, wait. I gotta get used to it. It was like Jamie was looking at his father like, I don't, nope. That's what I got from it. Well, hold on, Andy, you just coming for our next today. Says Jamie makes you bald-headed brothers look good. You know what? Excuse you. I can name quite a few bald-headed brothers that look good, excluding myself. Just saying. Anyways, I hope you guys know I really don't get offended by your comments. Exactly. John says a lot of bald dudes are fine. All right. Let me see if there was anything else. Also, Not for Lazy Couples was the games. Don't be surprised. Now she's going to have a Not for Lazy something. Not for Lazy Couples podcast. Anyone listening to Not for Lazy Moms podcast? I haven't. Exactly, drama. Talking BS, flushing down the toilet. I love it. I just love it. And Andy, it's okay. I'm joking with you too. I trust and believe I don't take it personal. I know you would. I know you wouldn't. You meant it as a compliment, but I was like, wait a second. That's why a few of us out here killing it. All right. Anyways, oh, thank you, Ronnie. All right, let me stop talking about this. Let's focus. So speaking of Jamie and Erana, they go for a run. Apparently, Arena's into her fitness. She's all about her running and blah 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 blah. So they're talking about a couple of different things in this run. So they talk about how she brought up his alleged infidelity that she never caught him in. However, he caught her in infidelity. We don't find that out until next week, but I told y'all that already last week, if you were here. If you were here, I told you that last week. Anyways, honestly, Erana and Jamie, I know y'all are TikTok famous. Allegedly. I'm kind of bored with them. When I see scenes with them, I'm like, all right, I guess, they're a part of the show. I guess we got to see it. We got to watch it. I'm not that interested in Erana and Jamie. Maybe because they're not showing up as their authentic selves. Word on the street. And this is why I say once you show up authentically on these reality shows, you're actually a lot more interesting. And maybe that's exactly why Ashley and DJ Quicksilver are the most interesting couple so far for me. Julian says, I'm bored with Monique. Let's talk about Monique. So Monique and Chris in their scene are getting ready for their trip to Africa. If you follow them on social media, you knew about this trip. We did get to see a little bit of footage of them in Africa. I kind of wish it was a group trip. Can you imagine all of them going to Africa as a group trip? But that's more like a season 2, maybe. I don't think they had the budget for something like that. I don't know if they would have the budget in season 2. But I kind of would have loved to see like all of them go to Africa. That would have been interesting, but that's way above their budget. I know, but I would have loved to see it. So before they go, the kids are there, and they're having a conversation. And Monique is like, oh, and we didn't get a chance to talk about how you hushed me at the table. Well, he was like, I just said hush. It's not like I said shut the F up. And she was like, well, you speak Alabama and I speak Jersey. I mean, we didn't like seeing him tell Monique hush, because she even said in this scene, she was like, yeah, you could tell me to hush, but I'm not gonna. And so many of you have said, we wish you would. We wish you would hush. I don't feel like this show has done Monique any justice. She seems controlling. She seems a lot. At some points, she does seem a little nagging. And I'm not saying that Chris is perfect or Chris is innocent, but he's coming across a lot more likable than she is, at least for me. And so many of you that have called in and talked about this, you've said this as well. But the controlling works. I love it. I don't think she's a Virgo. I forgot what she is. But I always say when I need something done, I call on a Virgo, because the type of, personality that she has, it's good for when you're traveling. She makes sure everything is done, make sure all the passports are together. I'm just like, there are moments, but she's hoping that this Africa trip will bring the family closer. At one point, though, she says that, Chris says that he feels like he's walking on eggshells. And we understood, because based off what we've seen so far for the season, Monique and Chris' relationship looks a little shaky. But Chris literally says he feels like he's walking on eggshells with Monique. And she feels like they're friends and not lovers. That's almost the beginning of the end. At least in my head. I mean, some of you have been married a lot longer, have been married and have been married a long time. I'm like, first of all, no one should be walking on eggshells in a relationship. Secondly, yes, friendship is an important part of a relationship. But if that outweighs the romance, I mean, Chris looks like he's very interested in Monique. He's talking about we're going to lay the foundation in another continent, meaning that they're going to have some sexy time in Africa. I think if Africa is a great family trip, we're looking at you, Marcel. I still don't believe he went to Africa. They better show me more pictures of that Africa trip. I don't believe he went to Africa. All we saw was a sky. I can go in my yard and take a very similar picture, and then you guys would believe it. I was like, I'm in Africa. Yay! Not with my family. All right. So apparently there are some issues still ongoing with Chris and Monique, and she's hoping that this trip will connect them. At one point, Winter FaceTimes Monique, and Winter's like, love on your husband. And she's like, well, I'm hoping it's going to bring us all together. That's not what she meant. That's not what she meant. Sherry says she seemed bored with Chris. High Vibe says, I'm not impressed with planning a vacation. It's not an event. She just annoys me. I'm just saying there's when you're in a relationship, it's always nice to have someone that's a little bit more on top of those things. Because if you both are on top of those things, then that could be annoying. That could be annoying. But I would personally love that. Someone that's like, oh, you making sure you got all the passwords? Good. That means I don't have to think about it. And I'm sure she planned out every single detail of this Africa trip. Did anyone else feel a little uncomfortable, though, when they were having this conversation about the night before in front of the kids? And look, we know in real life, a lot of people, a lot of parents have these very heated and sometimes very toxic conversations in front of the kids. It just felt a little, I was like, maybe send the kids to the next room. I don't know. I just felt a little uncomfortable watching the kids sit there as they kind of go back and forth. Maybe that's me. We also get another scene with Winter and her mom, and they talk more about the scammer, Kevin. And Winter's mom felt really, really bad because at one point, before Winter started officially dating Kevin went to the mom to ask for her permission. That should have been red alert, red alert. I know. So normally we'd be like, oh, that's so sweet. No, this man knows what he's doing. Kevin knew what he was doing. He was trying to bamboozle the whole situation. I'm going to get the mother to fall in love with me. But this is where we find out more about what went down with Winter and Kevin. Apparently at the home that they shared together, no, not his mama's basement, the home that he shared with Winter, they were served because his former company, they were suing him for financial crimes. And she was upset. She was like, what if my kids were home at the time? I try not to have my kids around, things like that. And I don't blame her. But at what point, look at because Winter had a terrible first marriage. The man cheated on her, had 2 babies on her, right? And then she ended up with this situation. At what point do you take some responsibility? And this is what Ashley brings up. At what point do you take some responsibility in your lack of good judgment? Right? Are you not paying attention to the signs and signals? Like this, if this man came to you guys, and you were like, and he was like, hey, sweet thing. At one point during the dinner, I forgot to mention this. I forgot to mention this. At one point during the dinner, she was like, well, he's 60 years old and he had this 40-year-old tenderoni. I said, no, she didn't say tenderoni. Just saying. Dom, exactly. Dom says you take responsibility when you rush and don't do basic homework. She says the reason why she didn't go to this man's basement apartment at his mom's house, because she didn't know at the time it was his mom's house, was because of COVID. And you marry the man? I don't understand how that works. Why would you marry a man and you really haven't really been about, because my thing is, if you're going to marry someone, you want to know how they live because they're going to start living with you. And you're saying it's COVID. Who else is living at his house? And you still need to meet those people that's living at his house. Exactly. That's the first thing that jumped into my mind. But you dated him during COVID. So Naza says, girl, bye. You married him during COVID. COVID's still going on. I'm not saying that you shouldn't hang out and meet people and get married, but you should know where they live. Winter, see, you can't be my relationship specialist because I know that and you don't. Look, you don't know that? Where's mine? That's me flushing down Winter's relationship specialist certification. Did she go for a certification? According to the Love Match Atlanta people, There is a certification for matchmakers. Is there a certification for relationship specialists? Nope, because so many of you are following these relationship specialists. Kevin Samuels, may he rest in peace. Y'all will follow him like, oh yes, sir. Well, not y'all, but there are over 1 million of y'all were following him. And where was his degree in this realm of relationship advice? And some of the stuff that he couldn't even follow himself or live up to himself. Guys, I am going to drop the calling so you guys can call in, but let's get to 150 likes. We appreciate you being here for our love and marriage recap. Normally we do this on Monday evenings, but you know, tomorrow is a holiday. So I know a lot of you have things that you will be doing to celebrate the holiday. So I wanted to make sure that we talked about it and went live and did all that. Stay tuned. I may go live tonight on TikTok to do a whole watch party for Love Match Atlanta. We'll see. Stay tuned. Be sure to join our texting community for alerts on all that. And maybe we will go live right after for the Love Match Atlanta, because I do have a few things I need to report. Because they're responding to me. They're responding to me on Twitter, the Love Match Atlanta folks. As Think says, Winter doesn't want to take accountability for her failures. Sharon says, I didn't know him or heard of Kevin Samuels. I've heard of Kevin Samuels, but I didn't know him chapter and verse. I didn't watch those videos. Oh, sorry, Coretta. Coretta says, Kempire, you got me missing lives with you changing times today. I had to catch Love and Marriage Huntsville on the replay, but I'm still here for it. I love your take on all of these shows. Coretta, thank you so much. I know I didn't mean to do that to you guys, but I thought of it last night as I was planning today's lives. I was like, wait, I should make Love and Marriage Huntsville a little bit earlier so we can do Love and Marriage DC. Because look, I know some of you already have plans tonight, plans tomorrow, those types of things. And thank you, Libra. There is no Real Housewives of Atlanta tonight. And because these shows decided to even air during a holiday weekend, I know a lot of y'all busy. Thank you so much, Ebony. Oh, you got a Kindle. Oh, wait. High Vibe says, Winter should just admit she got played like Ashley said. And I think maybe we would respect her a little bit more. As a relationship, no, I probably still wouldn't go to her. I mean, I don't go to nobody but myself and the higher powers that be when it comes to relationship advice. If anything, I would probably more so go to my elders in regards to relationship advice, which we do get to see Winter talk with her mother. Her mother feels guilty because she rooted for this older man, because she thought, as an older man, he's been through things, he'll be a good for her. And we know that Winter went through a lot in her first marriage. So for her to be going through what she's going through now, at least Winter was smart enough to get out of there as soon as she should. She could have stayed in this relationship for many more years. But she was in and out, almost like the pandemic. The pandemic's still here, though, y'all. Let's move on. Okay. So I just want to briefly say this, because there wasn't a lot that was... This was like a nothing scene, not a nothing scene, because I really do enjoy seeing Ashley. Erana. But Erana and Ashley go for Botox. And not Botox where you think, not in the face, in the underarms. And I've been thinking about doing that myself. And as you can see, I changed my shirt because when I'm in the studio with these lights and everything, I feel like I sweat very quickly. So I'm like, and this is why I go through so much laundry. So I'm thinking about getting me some Botox in these underarms. I've heard about this for years. But I love seeing these scenes with Ashley because she's just so fun to watch. She's humorous. She's funny. I love her commentary. I like Ashley for the show. Erana? I don't know. Of course, they talk about what happened at the vegan dinner at Monique's house. And Erana was defending Winter a little bit. She was defending her. She's like, you did come across a little aggressive Ashley. Ding. See, look, Alex says, child, I've been getting my armpits Botox for years. It works magic. See, I've been hearing about it for years. I just haven't found someone to do it yet. I haven't really looked. I'm going to look and I'll let you guys know. Maybe I'll do video and I'll take you guys in with me as I get my underarms Botox. I mean, at some point you need to sweat, but at the same time, I'm telling you, that's the place I sweat the most. I'm sharing way too much, but it is what it is. She did it on the show. I had to talk about it. All right. So Jamie has this. This was another nothing scene. To be honestly, the scenes with Jamie, I'm like, I'm not interested. To be honest, but Jamie and his relationship with Lil Jamie is strained. But they're doing this whole sort of like guys' night. DJ Quick is there with his son, and Jamie wants DJ Quick to have a conversation with Lil Jamie because Lil Jamie really looks up to DJ Quick because he's very known in the DMV area, and he looks to him as a celebrity, a mentor. And this is where we get more about what happened to DJ Quick. Has lived a life, paralyzed when he was a kid after getting shot, lost his mom at 10, then lost his dad at 18. And wait, sidebar. Okay, so they're doing this boxing workout, but did you guys notice when DJ Quick was talking to Lil Jamie? No, when he was talking to Jamie and he was hitting the boxing bag. What was it was literally, I have to slow it down because that's how soft he was hitting that boxing bag as he's talking to him. He's like, yeah, I think you're doing I'm doing it too hard. I need to go slower. What was DJ Fun Size doing? I was like, what's happening? What? Oh, Derek. I was like, why is he hitting it so softly? I'm literally, I can't even mimic it because that's how soft it was. He was like, I should have got my boxing gloves just to mimic it. I'm like, what is happening? S777 says, not me coming in late and seeing you swinging in slow motion. It was so, I was like, what is he doing? What is he doing? I still love you, DJ Fun Size. Sorry, DJ Quick. I think he's great. I think he's great for the show because I feel like we're learning so much. I feel like we know more about Ashley and DJ Quick than any of the other cast, to be honest with you. And I like the conversation that he had with Lil Jamie. But you notice when Lil Jamie and all them came together and Jamie was talking to Lil Jamie and talking about how, I don't want to see you end up, in a box, whatever. And Lil Jamie's just looking at him like this. Like he didn't believe a word that's coming out of his mouth. Go back and watch that scene and then get back to me. Lil Jamie just looking at him like this. Not like, yeah, Dad, you're right. I got to do better. No, he was looking at him like this. You just saying this all for the cameras. And apparently the other storyline that Jamie has is that Jason, their son, apparently Jamie wants him to be a DJ. It doesn't seem like Jason wants to be a DJ. We see that he does not want to be a DJ next week. Jason seems sweet. Jamie, I don't know about Jamie. I don't know about Jamie. I don't know about Jamie and Erana. I feel like they're putting on for television. I need them to just be themselves, no matter what that is. And I'm not saying that you have to be terrible people or you have to put all your business out there, but it feels very produced. And it's not coming across authentic. Just saying. All right, so let's get to the Ashley and Erana. Ashley, Erana, Tasha. Tasha, who's used to do Monique's hair during RHOP. So she has a moment. Look, she has a moment. Let me see. Hold on. Oh, let me drink my water. Just saying. So Winter decides to have the ladies meet up for brunch because she wants to hash it out with Ashley. And this is where, of course, the name of this episode is called No New Friends. And I have to agree with Ashley, because when Winter makes this toast about friendships and growing friendships, she makes it known. She's like, I don't, call people friends just to call people friends. And I've said that multiple times. I don't do that either. Some people might call me friend, but I don't call them friend. I might call you friend if I don't know your name. Exactly. Esther says, Ashley told no lies. Ashley told no lies. Royal Court members, if you didn't know, I posted the backstage link for on our community tab for you guys to call in before anyone else. Have we hit our goal? We're 1 like away from 150 likes, guys. Like the video if you haven't liked it already. Exactly. Gloria says, Kempire is a tourist, y'all. Just saying. I'm not just calling anybody a friend. What is Ashley's sign? I need to know all their signs. Can someone ask Ashley what's the sign? Because if she's a Taurus, then I'm like, yes, I get it then. Now I see why I see her. Just saying. Esther says, Winter jumping in relationships too soon is how she got scammed. Not scammed. Donna D says, Erana supported her in her underarm Botox, but Ashley can't call her a friend. No, I understand why she wouldn't call her a friend. You're filming a show. We're going to film a scene. I want to go do this. You're here. You want to be on this show? Come join me. That's not a friendship, because that's one of the things that comes up. Winter asks, do you consider Erana a friend? And she was like, we're getting friendlier. That is so mean. Don't ask me if we're friends. You might get a rude awakening. She said, we're getting friendlier. Erana's like, huh? I agree. We're getting to know each other. We've known of each other in the DMV area for years, but we don't know each other. I appreciate her honesty. The person that connects all of them is Monique. That would have been me too, though. I'm like, we're getting friendlier. We're not friends. Even if you went with me to get Botox in my underarm, that doesn't mean we're besties. Especially because when we're having that conversation, you're defending Winter. Not to say I'm not that type of friend. I want you to tell me the truth, but you could already tell Erana and Ashley aren't friends. You could tell. I wonder if Ashley has some friends that she can bring on the show that probably be a lot more interesting than some of the other ladies that are on the show. I saw someone mention that Winter's bringing it too. I do feel like Winter's bringing a lot more than some of the other ladies on the show. Her story is pretty interesting too, from her first husband to this new scammer ex-husband. So Winter's bringing a lot. And her conflict with Ashley is bringing a lot for me as well. But Ashley doubles down on what she said at Monique's vegan dinner. She doubled downs on it. And I don't see anything wrong with what Ashley said. Maybe her approach could have been better, according to Tasha. I think it's the way you said it. It's how you said it that was a little shocking. Did you guys agree with that? Do you think that Ashley could have said it a little bit better? I mean, I think you can always say things a little bit better. However, I feel like she was just being honest. And it was great TV for us. And I agree with her about the specialist situation. How are you a specialist? How are you a specialist? Let me see what you guys are saying. Winter is more interesting than Erana. Exactly. And she has an interesting storyline. And probably because Winter is so willing to tell the story. I feel like Erana and Jamie aren't telling the full story. Apparently next week they talk about how he caught her cheating. But I told y'all that already last week. Word on the street. She's still like those chocolatey brothers. All right. I'm going to drop the call-in link because I know you guys have things that you wanted to say about Love and Marriage DC. Don't forget, we do this recap usually every single Monday evening, but because of the holiday, I wanted to do it today. So I appreciate you all being here. But Replay Crew, we haven't forgotten about you, Replay Crew. Be sure to check out the Huntsville recap that we did earlier today, but also let us know your thoughts, how you would rate this episode. What are you thinking of the season so far? Stay tuned. I'm sure I'll have a video or I'll update you on the ratings. Last week was like in the 300,000s, but it is a holiday weekend. But there was a lot of fighting going on social media for Huntsville, so who knows? That might help the ratings. It was a scheme that Todd set up or Carlos King set up. All right. Cassandra says, don't tell me how to act when I'm the older, mature one in the room. Younger folks need to learn from me, not me learn from them. Respect your elders. Damn. You know, I just sat up. I was like, wait a second. Julian says she don't want no creamer in her coffee. Esther says Monique has to bring it because Winter and Ashley are overshadowing her. Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt. I'm so glad you said that because I feel like as if this is not helping Monique's. I don't know what Monique wanted to achieve from this, but I don't think it's going in the direction that Monique had planned because she's coming across as unlikable on the show. And maybe she's okay with that. This is who she is. So she wants to show us a whole new side of herself. All right. Look at her hate. Mia says, if Winter can't handle the truth, stop telling the story everywhere you go. And you know what one of our callers did last week? They said, I listened to the podcast Kempire with Winter, and she talks a lot. But she's been through some things. So we need to give her some grace. No. Cece says, I feel Monique is crying out for help with her relationship. I mean, I kind of get that vibe as well, but I just don't feel like reality TV is the way to do it. Right? I mean, if you really want help with your relationship, this is not the way. And as I said to you before in this episode, Chris Samuels is like, I feel like I'm walking on eggshells in my relationship. We all also feel that way for you. We feel like you're walking on eggshells and it's uncomfortable for us to watch. Kay says the same thing. Maybe she's crying out for help. I mean, therapy? I mean, they're in therapy. Ashley has a very nasty attitude and disposition. Team Erana all day for one DC girl to another. Okay. And look, guys, you are free to have your opinions as long as you're respectful of everyone. Okay. I don't agree. I like Ashley. Kay says, I'm confused as to what she's trying to accomplish. Yeah. Darryl says Monique wasn't likable on RHOP, so why would it be different on Love and Marriage? Because sometimes when you're in a different group setting, or sometimes when a show is centered around you and their edit is different, editing can make a difference in how we view people. If you've been watching reality TV long enough, you understand that. All right. We have a few people backstage. Thank you for joining us for our Love and Marriage DC recap. I apologize. I know some of you are like, oh my gosh, I didn't know you were going live today. If your reminders were on, if you're a part of our texting community, then you would have known. But I understand you have other plans. It is a holiday weekend. It's okay. It's all right. All right. Let me bring up Sebastian. Sebastian, what's going on?
I want to sound off on Love and Marriage DC. I think that I'm Team Ashley on the situation. Okay, she's bringing it. That's what's called reality TV. Monique was great on Potomac. She does have a very strong fan base, and I do think that she will be able to carry it out in the long run. I hope that she does bring something to the table. If she doesn't, Carlos may have to scrap her and get a new one. Yes, may have to scrap her and get a new one. And Winter needs to focus on her husband's mama's basement bedroom, then all this drama that she's trying to fuel with Ashley. Like, how you're telling me you could not see his house, but you got married. That is 100% illogical. And Irana Irana or Irana. I don't want to mispronounce her name. Irana. She is bringing more than Monique. I'm just saying, Monique, this might be your last chance in reality TV, Monique. Pick up the pace. And your last chance at marriage, because you might get divorced soon too. Pick up the pace.
All right, Sebastian. Oh, I should have went by your name, Sebastian Shade. Okay. Thank you so much for calling in.
No problem.
Bye. Damn, he said pick up the pace. Damn. Tell me how you really feel. All right. Cece says, I like her family. Okay. Mia says, Winter is a clown for not knowing her husband's address. My thing is, too, okay, you get married and then don't you move into a new place together? Did you not go help him move? Maybe you hired movers, but still, you didn't want to go see how he was living? I feel like that is very basic, especially for a relationship specialist. Damn, Unique said, oh my God, this show is boring me. And I don't know why I keep falling asleep mid-episode. Damn. Okay. Lovely Mo, I'm going to bring you up. What's going on, Lovely Mo?
Hey, how are you?
I'm well, how are you?
Good. I'm so weak when you said that, how you're saying that they moved into a new place together, Winter and the man. I'm like, he probably just showed up with all his rental stuff just right in front of the house. Like, okay, let's move. Like, she didn't find anything weird. I don't, and the fact that he's 60 and doing that is also crazy. Cause it's like you're 60 years old, like you're literally could be a grandpa and you're still playing these games.
Is he a grandpa?
I don't know. I mean, he's the age where he can be one. And Ashley, I like Ashley. I'm a Sagittarius, and she definitely gives me Sagittarius vibes.
Okay.
But she was a little harsh, I think. But Winter was probably also talking a lot during that dinner. And, if someone keeps talking about an ex-husband and how you're divorcing, I could see how she would be kind of agitated. And I didn't like how Monique during the dinner was like, oh, they're having drama. I provided the space, but I'm out of it. It's like, God, like, defend your friend Winter. That was kind of
reality TV stirring the pot.
Yeah, but I was like, Jesus, defend your friend. But that's all I have to say.
Okay, Lovely Mo, we appreciate you calling in.
All right, bye.
Bye. All right, hold on. Oh, wait, hold on. Wait, Cassandra says, Winter is so delusional and wants everyone on her side. She needs to open her eyes and stop expecting everyone to be in agreement with you. I'm done with her. Damn, Cassandra, you. All right. Drama says, Kempire, my uncle did the same thing to his wife and now she's miserable. Not you throwing your uncle under the bus. Drama says, Kempire, my uncle did the same thing to his wife and now she's miserable. I was a teen living with him, horrible experience, and I only met her once in the car. Not living with him and you only met the woman. I love when you guys tell me y'all personal business and your personal stories. Wow. Alicia says, did Winter not care to check out where her children were going to live? Well, I don't believe they moved into his basement apartment. They moved into another place. But if she moved into his basement apartment, I mean, that's the other part of the story. I don't think so, though. I think they had a separate place. Cassandra says, who comes to a dinner party and put all your business in the streets and don't expect anyone to ask questions? Winter didn't know this man. Let's admit it. I mean, you have a good point, and you're filming a reality show. And you're filming a reality show at this dinner party. All right. All right, Lucille, I'm going to bring you up. What's going on, Lucille?
Hi, Kempire.
How are you?
Okay, so love Ashley. Totally agree with her. But I also understand Winter's perspective. Like, I think a lot of people forget that Winter is not a secular person. She was not probably having premarital sex with him. So probably that's her excuse of not going over to his place a lot. She still should have visited to see, if it's like, a safe area, if he actually really lives there. But she should not have married him during COVID.
See how he keeps his bathroom or his bedroom?
Exactly. But, she can't be in the bedroom because, she said she's a Christian, like she likes to tell Ashley and everybody.
Yeah, Ashley looked at it like, we Christian too, right? We're a Christian couple.
And I get it because, like, she just comes to someone with bad judgment. I actually listened to all of her podcasts for Not for Lazy Mom. I listened to them both. She's bad judgment. I like her, but she has bad judgment. Like, she talks about how before she moved with her current husband, she had like a fiance. She was with him for a while, but she broke up with him because her kids didn't like him.
He's probably
Like,
a fabulous guy too.
I just feel like she's someone who's very gullible. She's very sweet, but she seems very gullible. And that's problematic for someone at her age.
Would you go to someone? Would you go to her specifically as a relationship specialist?
No, I would not.
Oh, I was like, wait, you're taking a minute. I was like, where's the answer?
Like, I think people can learn from their mistakes. We all have bad relationships. We've all loved losers in our past, but we didn't marry them, did we? But I wish her well. I really do. I just feel like she's not understanding how this story makes her sound. And I hope Monique brings it. And in a good way. She's not making herself look good with her storyline. And like I said last time I came on here, her being on Real Housewives of Potomac made her look good because people like Giselle and Candace made her likable. And I'm not saying she's not likable, but like it's just not showing what she wants to show. She talked about she wants to show a Black family. She said Bravo destroyed her family, but she's destroying herself right now, putting herself in the air. And this is the last thing I want to bring up. I don't know if DC is going to be Huntsville. Like, I think one thing about Huntsville that has like an edge is they have a genuine connections. They're related to each other. There's two brothers. They all knew each other for a long period of time, so it feels a lot more authentic. Okay. They're not like Ashley and Erana saying, "Oh, we're still getting friendly."
Good point. And then I told you I'm still waiting for Love and Marriage Brooklyn because I feel like that's going to be the big winner. But if DC isn't successful, then I don't know if there will be a Love and Marriage Brooklyn. All right, Lucille, thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. Bye. All right. I wanted to highlight this. Mia says, so being a Christian means I can't have your address. Makes me wonder too. Lorraine says, Kempire, a bit of research. I can see how Winter could have been fooled by this man. Could have been fooled. This man was a TV host. He wrote a book, was in partnership with his father in Dominion Dev Corp for years, wealthy parents. I'm not saying that she couldn't be fooled by this guy. But when we find out she hasn't gone to his basement apartment, and the fact that she even knew he had a basement apartment, why are you living in the basement and you're supposedly so successful? And no shade to anyone living in a basement apartment. Sometimes that's what you need to do. But if you're as successful as he is, I'm not living in a basement apartment. I will have a basement where I might hang out. I don't know. That's just me. Robin, I'm going to bring you up. What's going on, Robin?
Hey, Kempire. I have 2 points to make today.
Okay.
The first is about Monique. I keep talking every week. I swear I say the same thing. But when I watched this episode, I kind of had a flashback to when I was a kid and would watch the cartoons. And you know how you can see the wheels moving in the people's head, their characters' heads, right? A lot of animations. That's the way I see her. I don't think that she's being authentic at all. I don't believe that she has the marital problems that she says that she's having. I think that she thinks that that's what needs to be her story, because the Monique that we're seeing here is not the same Monique that she was on Potomac. And I thought that she and Chris communicated well, had a good relationship. And oh, by the way, I really am enjoying Chris. He seems so just genuine, cool, and everything. The second thing, though, is that Carlos King is messy. I think that what he's doing is he's been plucking people from the Bravo sphere and just being messy, getting those subtle digs in, by and about and for everybody and two people. And I was just wondering whether or not he has some kind of axe to grind with Bravo, because it seems like he is overly intentionally messy and unnecessarily, unless, again, he got some major beef that the streets ain't tell us about yet.
Maybe. We shall see, Robin.
Yeah, and I'll clear the space for the next person.
Thank you so much, Robin. Bye. All right. I mean, Carlos is known to be messy, though. I don't know if he has an axe to grind with Bravo, because he's more than willing to bring his production company and to produce another show, but that's business. Maybe he does have an axe to grind. I mean, who knows? You never know. We never know what happens behind the scenes. But Love and Marriage DC, if you're just joining us, that's what we're recapping right now. But if you missed it, we did recap earlier this morning, Love and Marriage Huntsville. So be sure to check that out as well. Also, a new episode of my podcast, Kempire Radio, is now available. I know. It's been a few weeks, but we're back. We're back. And don't forget, the visual version will come out later this week on the Kempire Radio YouTube channel. So be sure to subscribe to that as well. Theo says Carlos absolutely has an axe to grind with Bravo. Candy for him fired for the Phaedra / Portia storyline, allegedly. Well, Carlos has done a few interviews and has denied being involved in telling Phaedra anything about Candy and, doing what Phaedra alleged. He's denied that multiple times. So I don't know. Look, you never know. Unless someone gives me some solid proof, unless Phaedra comes out and says it herself, then it is what it is. Speaking of Phaedra, as you know, Phaedra is going to be featured on The Real Housewives of Dubai with one of the interesting characters, or I should castmates, on Real Housewives of Dubai, Caroline Brooks, this season. Don't forget, the new season of The Real Housewives of Dubai premieres on June 1st. That's this Wednesday. And we will be recapping it on Thursday. But you should check out the video that I did over the weekend. Well, Friday night, about several human rights groups that are speaking out and urging Bravo to make some changes and be transparent about how did this show come about? Is the monarchy of the UAE paying for this show in some shape or form? Bravo has yet to respond, but we shall see. We shall see if they get their disclaimer at the beginning of each episode. Be sure to check out that video. I go through the entire open letter, and then I am never going to be on Bravo. Not that I'm trying to be. The guy that, I guess one of the people that are the organizers of this letter, why in the world I wake up the next day, he's atting Andy, because Andy says good morning all the time on Twitter. He's atting Andy with my video. I mean, I cover what's out there. I still want to watch The Real Housewives of Dubai, but we know that Dubai has some human rights issues. We also know that the United States has some human rights issues too. Didn't the Supreme Court want to overturn Roe v. versus Wade? Anyways, okay. I mean, and so many other things. I'm just bringing what the first thing that came to mind. Yes, thank you, Diana. Shout out to all our moderators, guys. Don't forget to show some love to the moderators and thank them for being here with our change in schedule today. Okay, so shout out to the replay crew as well. Darren says, I love Lisa so far. She's Jamaican. Yes. I can't wait to see all of these women. And of course, there are plenty of women of color on this cast. So another reason why I want to watch it and support it. So we shall see. Dom says, the U.S. has issues externally and internally. That part. All right. PSG's backstage. I'm going to bring her up. Wait, Beverly, right? I mean, unless you don't want me to say your name.
No, that's fine. It's fine.
Hey, Miss Beverly.
The only time I wouldn't want you to say my name is when I'm supposed to be working and not. But that's not the case. Today is my day off. I missed the earlier show. But anywho, Monique. I'm not liking her. Monique is showing who she really is. And maybe, just maybe, the women on that other show had reason to kind of treat her a certain way. Editing made Monique look better than what she really is to me.
Oh.
But anyway, Ashley, love me some Ashley. I don't blame Ashley. You don't just add water and have instant friends. Friendship takes a long time to cultivate, and even some lifelong friendships can go left. So I don't blame her. I definitely don't blame her. But DJ Quick was my man last night when he kept making analogies of nail technicians with busted nails. hairdressers that hair is not good. So he's basically saying you're a specialist, but you can't even hold yourself together. But who in this who in this day and time gets married to someone they really don't know? You don't know where they're living. You don't know for sure whether they have a car. That's just like buying a car sight unseen, buying a house sight unseen.
She said she didn't. She knew he didn't have a car.
So what did she expect? You know what? He told her he had a business translated to her into dollars, and that she was blinded by the dollar sign, didn't know he was a scammer. He's probably one of those ones that you get the email saying that you have money and they want your banking information.
Miss Beverly, you're a mess.
It's probably one of those.
Damn.
Yeah, so that's all I had to say.
We appreciate you calling in. Have a great rest of your Sunday.
You do too, and everybody have a great Memorial Day and a safe one. Bye.
Miss Beverly is a mess. But I agree. So there were a lot of signs there for Winter. I don't know why she didn't pay attention to those signs. And look, the car situation, look, you don't have to have a car if you live in a big city. I mean, I don't know how it is in the DMV. In New York City, there are plenty of people that are paid that don't have cars. But you didn't go see his home? Not even once? And look, even if you're Christian, you can go to someone's home, see how they're living, because they're going to be living with you. I want to see how someone lives. But maybe she was lonely during the pandemic. Remember the pandemic? Come on. I know lockdown feels like it was a long time ago, but remember there were quite a few. You're so lonely. I need somebody to call my own. Oh my God. Some of you were lonely. Okay. I loved it. I'm not going to lie. I get it though. If you are a person that goes out all the time, you need to be around people. People really had some mental health crisis during the pandemic. So that wasn't made for everyone. So part of me feels now that I'm thinking about it more and more that she maybe made that decision because she was, not desperate, but she wanted human interaction. She fell in love very quickly. I'm just saying, Sheila. Caroline says he stole that money. Yeah, because he even denied it to Chris that he didn't steal the money, but I believe he did. Anyone else? I feel like he took that money because he's like, oh, they're accusing me of taking kids ice skating. I'm never taking my kids ice skating. How about you just say, I never stole any money? Okay, never mind the activity. Did you take the money or not? Oh, I don't know. Part of me feels as if, yes, COVID, maybe that's what made her fall in love very quickly. I don't know. Exactly. Mia says, what kind of coaching or expert advice is she giving? Part of me wants to listen to what she does. Maybe I need to listen to the Not for Lazy Moms podcast to hear her. But there are plenty of people that talk a good game, including her ex-husband, Kevin. So I have to say one of the things that stood out to me while watching the way she moves on this show, Winter, I was like, oh, I see what happened here. You got scammed, but you're a scammer too. I don't know she's a scammer, but I get scammer vibes from her. Winter, when I say scammer vibes, I don't think that you're literally scamming people, but I feel the way that you move is very similar to Kevin. You know what I mean? A relationship specialist that really shouldn't be giving advice. That's just how I feel. And look, this is an opinion recap. This is not factual. But that's just a vibe that I get from her. I get scammer vibes. Anyone else? I get a couple of scammer vibes from people on this show. I'm not going to point out who. I've already talked about it. Guys, we have over 500 people watching. We are live on multiple platforms, including my TikTok. Hey, TikTok, we see you guys here tapping your screens and watching and following and gifting. We appreciate you. We also see you guys watching on Facebook. We appreciate you liking and following us on Facebook, the Kempire and Kempire Daily on Facebook. Erica, thank you so much for the super chat. Erica says, Winter wants to get paid for her pain. D Wood said, I can fix your credit for a $99 vibe. See? So you get similar vibes, right? Erica says, get paid for your pain, and that's okay. Mia says she tried to scam and got scammed. I don't know. Did anyone else get this vibe? This is something that just came to mind. But also while I was watching, I was just like, I feel like the way you move, Winter, is very similar to the way that Kevin moves. And I'm a strong believer you attract what you are. Okay? Alicia says, Dr. Heavenly is the only relationship expert we should be taking advice from. I don't even know about that. I love Dr. Heavenly, but some of her advice I wouldn't be taking. But that's me. See, Common says, Ashley's on to Winter. Ashley's on to Winter, and so are we. Here's the first of all, thank you to everyone that called in. Thank you to everyone that sent in a super chat. Thank you to our Team Kempire Royal Court members. Become a member at teamkempire.com. Thank you to our moderators. Don't forget to show love to our moderators. Here are my final thoughts, though. Final thoughts. These are the vibes that I'm getting so far. Love Ashley. I feel like Ashley is the only one. Her and her husband, DJ Quay, are being their authentic selves on the show. Erana and Jamie, I'm bored. I'm sorry. I actually thought you might be the Melody and Martell of this show. Bored. But I'll wait. Monique, this is not doing what you thought it was going to do. I really kind of wish we got to see more of her Africa trip. That's my only thing. We got to see a little bit of it in this episode. Poor Chris walking on eggshells. Nope. But next week, it looks like it's going to be interesting. Erana and Jamie's infidelities are going to be discussed a little bit further. Notice, though, in this last episode, Jamie did not deny. She said she never caught Jamie, but at no point did Jamie deny that he cheated on Erana. But maybe he did after he caught her cheating. I don't know. If you've been together that long, is infidelity something that's going to happen? I don't think so. Comment says Monique is looking for problems for a line. For a storyline? Okay. Let me see. Yes, we do have the best moderators. Alexandra says because he cheated. So Erana cheated because Jamie cheated, but she says she never caught him. I just feel like this is going to turn very bad in the future for these people. Very bad in the future. Just saying. Anyways, thank you to everyone that called in. We appreciate you all being here for our last minute Love and Marriage DC Live. But replay crew, we appreciate you and we love your support as well. Let us know how you would rate this episode. Let me know what you thought of our commentary, what the callers had to say, what the live chat had to say. And based off of the rating for this week's episode of Love and Marriage DC, it's a little close. You know, with almost 400 votes, 40% of you voted that you would rate this episode between 7 and 10. But right behind that, at 43%, a lot of you said that you would rate this episode between 4 and 6. And I think that's because, if anything that saved this episode, for me, it was Ashley. We didn't really even get a lot of Monique in this episode, but I feel like Ashley is so far who I like the most. I feel like they're showing up authentically, unlike some of the other people. Let me see what you guys are saying before we go. Hold on. Cassandra says, Cassandra, you had a lot to say. I love it. Cassandra says, I couldn't take relationship advice from Winter, who is clearly, quote, broken. Tisa says, I would love to see the Kenya trip. I agree. Cece says, they have been together a long time. Teddy says, Kenya, they went to a country in Africa called Kenya. Okay. All right. Thank you. All right. Sontree says me. I said 4 to 6. Apper Life says the only basement I will live in is the basement in Chateau Charest. Right? If you watch The Real Housewives of Atlanta, then you know the Chateau's basement is newly renovated. It's gorgeous. There are plenty of really beautiful basements. I stumbled upon on TikTok this company that they renovate basements, and they show on their TikTok basements that they've renovated. I mean, you could have a very nice basement. Just saying. Thank you so much, Coretta. Chris, your recap is more appealing than the show at this time. All right. Theo says Chateau she slay. Okay. All right. Tina says 4 for me. All right. Live chat before we go. How would you rate this episode between 1 and 10? I want to see your individual numbers. Let me know. And Mickey says no basements in Texas. Damn. Hey, Twan the Don. He says, hey, you guys. Happy Memorial Day weekend. Same to you, Twan. Okay, Amy says 4. Damn. Jensen, thank you so much. Jensen says, we love what Kempire does. Poor guy must be tired, though. Okay, Kay says 4. Okay, Sheila says 4. Oh, damn it. I didn't mean to do that, in my opinion. I accidentally hit a button. I'm sorry about that, in my opinion. But in my opinion, rated, I think it was 5, in my opinion, rated it. 7, 5, a 6.899. Not really mocha. Nikki gave it a 5. Okay, 4. All right, 5 was just okay. 4. Okay, a good drama says a good 7 because of Ashley. I would lean towards more of that because this week's episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville, I rated pretty low. So, all right, Erica says 6. 8, I love Ashley. All right, 6, 7. All right, 6, 5. This is not bad for a new show. Not a 10. Twanda Don. I don't know about a 10. This thing says, I paid more attention to Martella Marceau fighting. Again, guys, if you missed our Love and Marriage Huntsville recap, we talked about the whole drama that happened offline. Well, not offline, online, technically, on Instagram between Martell, Marceau, and Mama Wanda. Be sure to check all of that out. Thank you so much for all of you for coming in and being a part of our live recap. We appreciate you. Thank you, Teddy. We know that Africa is a whole continent. I just didn't remember her mentioning which particular country she went to. Sorry about that. There's a lot of things that we have to cover in the episode. And since they didn't actually film there, then it's like, okay. All right. Happy? All right. All right. I appreciate you all being here. Have a great rest of your Memorial Day weekend, the rest of your Sunday afternoon. Don't forget to like the video if you haven't liked it already. Don't forget to subscribe. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.
This up like you always do. You want me back, but I'm through with you. You say, I'm so sorry you didn't mean to. You still love me, tell me girl, can we work this out? And I know nothing's changed, still the same. I'm so done and I'm tired of this back and forth. Now you're in my head and in my bed, telling me it's over 'cause I'm not enough. You need more of my love as I watch you walk away. Tomorrow you'll say, I'm so sorry you didn't mean to. You still love me, tell me girl, can we work this out? And I know nothing's changed, still the same. I'm so done and I'm tired of this back.
Let's get to 300 likes, y'all.
But tomorrow you'll say, I'm so sorry.